Thanks for joining me here on When I'm Not Podcasting. Quick programming note. As we go into the month of July and I start doing new programming, new episodes here of the program, I'm going to scale down the amount of episodes you will catch on a regular monthly basis. Instead of doing, I think it's been about 14 episodes a month, I want to scale that down to more like 12. What's going to happen is I'm going to actually now try to push out the episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Still have that. And try to keep everything, make sure that it's, I'm not running too long on an episode so that you get time to go and catch every episode as it happens. Wanted to give you the heads up of that as we move along about OnlyFans. We talk about that. So OnlyFans in a normal setup, we know we've talked about it here on the program a lot, where OnlyFans has been the place where a lot of young men and women have decided to go on and bare themselves for profit. Very sexual, a lot of porn on the site, but OnlyFans was only going to let that happen for only so long. They're pivoting away from pornography because they're now seeking a $1 billion US dollar valuation. They want to get away from content that is not safe for work, NSFW. So even though they've gotten a 40% increase in creators since 2020, and their users went from 7.5 to 85 million users, $2 billion in sales, $400 million in revenue. The pandemic, OnlyFans can be considered a success because now they want to start looking for more funding. They want to be able to lock down advertisers. They want to move now away from their adult content image and pivot towards mainstream media to reach a goal of $1 billion. Yep. So OnlyFans is in talks to raise new funding with investors that would help the site become more of a mainstream platform. It would help open the site even for more celebrities and people wishing to have a closer connection with fans, and would displace the over 1 million creators using the platform now. I talked about this from the onset in the pandemic, that men and women were going to get on here and they thought, well, I'm losing money on my normal content creation. We're going to go over here. And I'm going to bear myself out for the sake of subscriptions. Now, what we do know about OnlyFans because of this as a result is that this platform now works really well for anything. So any kind of content that can be under a subscription platform, we already know that OnlyFans is very effective. It works. So the platform is now evaluated to try to get up to $1 billion, which they could. And that's going to be at the abuse of the providers, the content providers that have created the content to get OnlyFans over the top, of which they've been taking 20% of their fees, a 20% fee over the $2 billion the user sold. So you just found another company that capitalized on people, on creators that were willing to go and do it. And it's pretty crappy for some of them. But I told you this was going to happen at some point. You're going to see this happen here, and you're going to like, what are you going to do now? What are you going to do next once this happens? And people start going away. Well, what do they want instead? They want celebrities. They want other influencers that are not adult intense. And they also want to really get into the beauty market and get more beauty content creators more than ever. So they want to have more people like Gabby Murugala, whose username is Groovy Gabs, 23,000 followers, working on a 20% commission. She offers subscriptions, but monetizes with tips and direct message gratuities. And that's the idea. But OnlyFans doesn't have to be about porn. OnlyFans is a name that can be rebranded pretty quickly. It got the exposure it got and the subscriber base. So to lose a subscriber base, to show the proof that the platform works, and also the fact that they don't want to worry about inconsistent content from the porn side of their creator base, that's only going to be there for so long. That's only going to sustain for so long. That's what's happening here. OnlyFans is supposed to be an online sustainable model, and they know they can't do it through porn. When you had Pornhub back in the day, they had to put up so much different adult content or amateur content on a regular basis to refresh it. That's why it became so big. That's why they had to go and do that. And with any of that adult content, you have to regularly refresh that content so often to give people a reason for that. And, you know, you have some people that are really out there that really can find a way to do that, but it's really, really tough. Now, because of the success of OnlyFans, OnlyFans was already looking to kind of sway away from it. They have soft-launched OF.TV, offering broader lifestyle content on topics like meditation, cooking, music, comedy, and others. And when we went through some of this, we know that originally the reputation for having sexy content they had was something they didn't shy away from. But the intent of OnlyFans when launched in 2016 was for all types of content creators from all genres. So they're going to go with the side and said, oh, well, it's not our fault that all these people decided to go adult. It just happened to be there. But they're not going to stand behind them. They're not even going to offshoot OnlyFans into an adult site for something else. They just are going to abandon them altogether. Now, there's some people that might still be able to stay on there, but they might not go so adult. Cardi B, Aaron Carter, Bella Thorne all join OnlyFans. And only 300 creators have actually made the $1 million mark through the platform annually out of the 1 million users, just to keep you in mind. So you could do something where some of these people could go ahead that are big enough, they could go and open up their own sites and just be individual solo site creators. And they'll have taken advantage of this as they want it. But the other content creators, some of them are just very amateur that decided to go on here. They put the effort and commitment into it, and now they're screwed. Well, it's not fun, but that's what it's coming down to. Anyway, I'll leave it there, and I'll talk to you next time.